Bankruptcy can seem like an attractive option when you're knee-deep in debt and struggling to make your payments on time. However, it's important to remember that there are many other ways to handle the situation without resorting to bankruptcy, which not only has negative long-term consequences but also comes with high financial costs that can threaten your financial stability in the future. What is bankruptcy? Bankruptcy is a serious financial matter that should be avoided at all costs. Bankruptcy is a legal process where an individual or business is unable to repay their debts and is declared bankrupt by the court. When a person or business is declared bankrupt, all of their assets are liquidated and used to pay off creditors. It also affects their credit score and can take years to repair. Bankruptcy is a difficult and challenging process, and it is not something to be taken lightly. It can have far-reaching consequences, both financial and personal. In this video, we'll discuss 3 reasons why you should avoid bankruptcy at all costs. 1. You'll lose your assets. Filing for bankruptcy is often seen as a last resort option when all else fails. But it's important to remember that bankruptcy comes with its own set of consequences and drawbacks. One of the most serious drawbacks is that you may end up losing a significant portion of your assets. When you file for bankruptcy, the court is likely to require you to liquidate some of your assets in order to pay off creditors. This means that you could lose your home, car, jewelry, or other personal possessions. In some cases, the court may even ask you to sell investments such as stocks and bonds. While the court will do its best to ensure that you don't lose too much of your assets, the fact remains that filing for bankruptcy will almost always result in some degree of loss. Furthermore, even if you are not required to liquidate any of your assets, they may still be seized by creditors. Creditors are allowed to place a lien on your property and use it to secure payment. This means that if you fail to make payments, they may be able to take possession of your property in order to recoup the money they are owed. Therefore, it's important to remember that filing for bankruptcy could mean giving up some of your most treasured possessions. While it can sometimes be necessary in order to avoid further financial hardship, it's best to explore all other options before deciding to file for bankruptcy. 2. It's hard to get approved for loans. If you've been considering bankruptcy as an option, then beware, it can be very difficult to get approved for a loan after filing for bankruptcy. This is because creditors view bankruptcy as a sign of financial distress and instability, so they are more likely to deny you if you've gone through the process. Furthermore, if your application does happen to get approved, it will likely come with higher interest rates and unfavorable repayment terms due to the additional risk involved. This means that you may end up paying much more in the long run for a loan that you would have been able to secure at a lower rate without filing for bankruptcy. It's also important to consider that it may take some time to rebuild your credit after filing for bankruptcy. Depending on the type of bankruptcy you file, it could stay on your credit report for up to 10 years. In the meantime, you may not qualify for the best interest rates on loans or other forms of credit, which can add up to significant amounts of money over time. Make sure you speak with a qualified financial advisor before making any final decisions. 3. Your credit score will suffer. When it comes to bankruptcy, there is one thing that you must always remember: your credit score will suffer greatly. Bankruptcy stays on your credit report for up to 10 years and can make it difficult for you to obtain financing for major purchases like a home or car. During this time, it can also be difficult to obtain loans and other forms of credit. If you are able to get a loan, the interest rate will likely be much higher than if you did not have a bankruptcy on your credit report. It is important to note that bankruptcy can remain on your credit report even if you successfully complete the repayment plan. This means that while the effects of bankruptcy may lessen over time, they never completely disappear. Therefore, it is important to take steps to avoid bankruptcy if at all possible. If you found the video informative, comment below, like the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more upcoming videos.